Welcome to the session on class Insecta. Class Insecta coming under phylum Arthropoda. The word Insecta comes from insectum, which means being cut into. It is a Latin root word which means being cut into. Insects are air-breathing, mostly terrestrial, rarely aquatic arthropods. And their body, it is divided into head, thorax, and abdomen. Head consists of 6 fused segments, thorax, uh, 3 segments, and abdomen up to 11 segments. The head consists of the 6 fused segments bearing a pair of compound eyes, a pair of antennae, mouth parts adapted for like chewing, biting, piercing, sucking, siphoning, sponging types. Okay. Uh, the bugs you may have seen, they have the piercing and sucking type. They suck the sap from the what you call the plant. Mosquitoes, they have again, they bite, isn't it? They also pierce and suck the blood. Butterflies, they have siphoning type of mouth part. The what you call the flies, they have sponging type of mouth part. So all these are found on the different. They suit the habit they have feeding habits. Okay, and they are found that is found on the head region. The thorax, on the other hand, with 3 free segments, these segments have a pair of legs on each of the segment, and hence the 3 segments with 3 pairs of jointed appendages altogether. Then 2 pairs, 1 or 2 pairs of wings, and this wings may be absent in some. Depending upon the presence or the absence, the presence and absence of wings, the class Insecta is divided into 2, that is Pterygota and Pterygota. Pterygota, the word ptera means Ptera, means wings. Okay, and those which have wings have been grouped under Pterygota, while those which doesn't have is included under Aterygota. Okay, among pterygotes or among those which have wings in any of their life, in their life, you can see it could be 1 pair or 2 pairs. For example, the flies, mosquitoes, they have only 1 pair of wings, whereas the other pair, it is very much reduced. While butterflies, dragonflies, all those have 2 pairs of wings. Okay, so the wings are present on the thoracic segments, right? On the second and the third thoracic segment. The abdomen, as already mentioned, it usually have up to 11 segments. Segmentation usually it is very clear. They don't have any appendages. Then the respiration, it is by with branched trachea, the trachea opening out through the spiracles. Okay. Even in aquatic arthropods, they do have the spiracular opening and the tracheal respiration, but they have their own adaptations to trap air inside the what they call hairy structures found on their body, and they can dive inside and depend upon these air drops trapped inside the hair-like structures. Then excretion is by malphigian tubules. The sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal, and development may be sometimes direct, and in most of them they have what you call larval stages, and they have very indirect development passing through metamorphosis. Typical example you have is of beetles, you have of what you call flies, then butterflies, etc. Okay, so this is about the class Insecta. Okay, under class Insecta, there are plenty of examples which we are very familiar with, and one of the examples which we are supposed to study is Lepisma, or it is commonly known as silverfish. It comes under the subclass Aterygota because they don't have wings during any of the stages in their life cycle. So this it is what you call comes under subclass Aterygota. Order Thysanura. The Aterygota includes many other orders. The Thysanura, it is specific by having elongated body, flattened or may have scaly covering. You can see here it is scaly, If you touch it, that silver powdery structures, it will come into your hand. Mouth parts are biting. Antennae, you can see here, it is long and segmented, well developed. The biting mouth parts, it may be used for feeding, scraping and feeding upon the paper or cellulosic matter, and hence it is considered to be a domestic pest. Abdomen, you can see 11 segmented. This is the abdomen, this is the thoracic segment, thoracic 3 segments, and this is the head region. Head region bearing a compound eye, antennae, and mouth parts, while the three thoracic segments having a pair of appendages each, no wings present. These are the abdominal segments. Usually abdominal segments doesn't have any appendages, except for the last part. You can see this is the anal circus, a pair of cerci, usually many segmented, isn't it? Highly segmented cerci can be seen. Then a median caudal filament. This is a caudal filament. It is present on the last abdominal segment. Okay, and the metamorphosis is not so specific here. The Lepisma, as already mentioned, they are considered to be domestic pests. Okay, their body, it is flattened, covered with silvery scales. As already mentioned, they have biting and chewing mouthparts. It is commonly found in damp, cool places and in books and all, and they feed upon the cellulosic matter. Okay, so next one we have is the mantis, and this also you are familiar with. It is praying mantis. It comes under pterygota because they do have wings in their adults, and comes under the order Mantodia. Okay, and the praying mantis, you can see here, they have very peculiar 1 minute. Okay, yeah. Body it is very elongated, and this is the head. The body, it is divided into head region. This is the head region, and this is the thoracic region. Okay, this much, it is the thoracic region. The first thoracic segment, the second and the third, and the abdominal segment without any appendages. And the first thoracic segment in all the insects, it is known as prothorax. The second one, the mesothorax, and the third thoracic segment in insects, it is referred as metathorax. In the case of mantis, the prothorax, it is very much elongated, and the pair of legs on the prothorax, it is placed well towards the anterior part of the prothorax. Okay. Then coming to the head region. Head region, it is triangular, very typical triangular in nature, and they have a pair of compound eyes and 3 ocelli. Small spots can be found. If you see it closely, you can see 3 yellowish colored spots on their head, and that is actually the ocelli. The ocelli are the simple eyes, you can see. These ocelli are what you call photoreceptive, but image formation is not there. The eyes present, the very prominent eyes present on insects, they are compound eyes. That is, each eye is formed of smaller units. Each unit is known as ommatidia. Okay, ommatidia. So here you can see they do have a triangular head, compound eyes. The mouth parts are there, biting, chewing mouth parts are there. A very long antennae, which is segmented and filiform. Okay. Now, as already mentioned, biting type of mouth parts. The head, it can be moved with respect to the prothorax. Unlike, for example, in the case of what you call the butterflies, or in the case of cockroaches, the head cannot be moved with respect to the rest of the body parts, but here they can move the head alone. Okay, they can turn the head, articulate it with respect to the thoracic segments. Okay, now prothorax, that is the first thoracic segment, it is it is highly elongated, and the legs here, it is modified for grasping and holding the prey. Okay, such legs are known as raptorial legs. Okay, raptorial in the sense it can capture the prey and hold the prey. Okay, so this mantis, it is predatory in nature. It is a very good predator, and it do have a very important role in controlling pests in a particular ecosystem, controlling other populations. Okay, the what you call mesothoracic segment and metathoracic segment, they bear 2 pairs of wings. Okay, membranous wings. Abdomen, it is 10 segmented, and the ovipositor, it is not erect. It is actually carnivorous in habit, and they feed on other insects, even smaller lizards, or such kind of smaller, what do you call, animals. Okay, coming back to the raptorial legs, you can see the raptorial legs, they do have these serration saw-like structure, isn't it? So they can hold their prey in between. The prey will not like the they hold in such a way that the prey cannot escape from the hole. Okay, cannot move away. So that is how it is. Then they are known as praying mantis because they keep on moving their raptorial forelegs in such a way that it seems like praying. Okay, it will hold the raptorial forelegs in front and then bring it down. And this kind of a movement, it seems like it is praying. Okay, so that is why it is known as a praying mantis. And they are found in tropical forests, camouflaging because it is green in color, and they can remain without any slight movement for a long period of time, and that is how they actually catch hold of the prey. So that is about the praying mantis. The next is the Tabanus. Tabanus comes under subclass Pterygota and order Diptera. Okay, it is actually comes under the it is included under the family into which the houseflies are included. It's similar to housefly, isn't it? Tabanus, it is you can see this is a structure here, and they comes under order Diptera, as already mentioned. Ptera refer to wings. So here there is only two wings. Okay, that means usually in insects there are two pairs of wings, but there is only two wings over here. While one pair, it is actually reduced to form a very small stub-like structure, and that structure is known as I don't find it over here. It is not found here. So it is very much reduced. Okay, so only two wings or a single pair of wings are there. Again, this Tabanus, they are horse flies. They are known as horse flies, biting horse flies. And these, the females of Tabanus, they have, you can see, the mouth parts are very unique in the sense that it is biting type of mouth parts. Usually, the members belonging to Diptera, they have sponging type of mouth parts. But here, in the case of horsefly or the Tabanus, the females have scissor-like mouth parts, the cutting mouth parts, and they cut the skin. The horsefly can make cuts on the skin of the host, for example, horses or such kind of livestock. They can make wounds with that. They can then feed upon or lap up the blood coming out, oozing out. And this you can see, this is the typical kind of what you call the uh, antennae, right? This kind of an antennae, it is unique with respect to the dipterans. Okay, and as already mentioned, they have cutting type of mouthparts, the females. Okay, and the horse flies, they are considered to be potential vectors of many kinds of pathogens, for example, trypanosomes or anthrax and all. And they are less harmful to humans, but they are harmful to the animals belonging to the cattle group. Okay, and there are plenty of Tabanus. It is found in tropical and subtropical regions. Okay, so the rest of the examples we will be looking into in detail in the next video. We have three more examples under class Insecta.